it's absolutely fine if you didn't get completely drunk on 31st of December, that is New Year's Eve, and woke up with a very bad hangover the next day, that is on New Year. It's completely fine. I'll tell you why. Because I did something very similar to that, and honestly, I don't see much difference. In fact, I'm absolutely happy, and honestly, I would rather wake up with a bright mood than hungover. It's fine. One can still have fun without getting completely hungover. And that's why today I was like, you know what? How about we start our new year with barrel aged coffee? That's right. We are having fun. We are tasting the same flavor notes without getting hungover. Actually, getting more alert. How's that possible? Very good question. Well, as you can see from the packet over here, this is actually a Vienna roast, and I'll tell you why we have here. Blue Tokai has launched in collaboration with Fratelli Wines their very first barrel aged coffee. Now, I'm not a big fan of barrel aged coffee. Ever since I've tried it professionally, some of my own experiments, etc., I'm not a huge fan of barrel aged coffee, but hey, it's Blue Tokai, and you know how big of a fan I am. So let's go ahead and try their new collection. I was one of the lucky ones to receive some of their samples. This is, by the way, three of their samples that you will find when you buy their barrel aged coffee. This is, by the way, the Set Collection and MS Late Harvest and Janoon White. So we are going to start today with MS Late Harvest, and we're going to do a quick taste test. Now regarding this packet here, this is a Vienna roast. This was recently roasted a week or 2 weeks ago. So this is perfect. This has reached its peak taste now, and we can use this basically as a control. You know how every experiment has a control and a subject. So this is going to be something that is a medium dark roast. Basically, this has more chocolatey oaky notes, and I'm very well versed with the Vienna roast because I've been drinking it for a very very long time. So when we cup both these, we'll be able to see the difference, notice the difference, and taste all the notes that is from this coffee MS Late Harvest has to offer us. There are usually 3 to 4 different coffees used, but no less than two. We are going to use the same logic while cupping. We're going to cup this wine barrel aged coffee and Vienna roast along with it. I'm very well versed with this Vienna roast. So from Blue Tokai, I'm very well versed with the taste notes and everything. So it will be easier for me to draw a comparison between these two, and I'll be able to provide you guys with as much accurate as possible taste note profiling for this particular coffee. So without further ado, let's start. This is Oshasambit Mishra. Namaste, welcome back to the channel. You are watching Coffee with Bukit Banjara. Let's go. I was thinking, why not use a whiskey glass since we are going for a proper feel. Now it's time for me to late harvest. If you guys notice, we are going to take exactly 11 grams of these as well, just to maintain the right ratio. Yep. Now here's the deal. You want to spray some water on your beans, just indirectly to avoid the static thing, and give it a little shake. By the way, this beautiful dosing cup is from Cafe Stick. You guys can check it out. You're still grinding. Yeah. Oh wow, that's some strong fermented smell. Aye. You guys say that nashe, bro. Smell this. This is true nashe. Beautiful. The smell, the dry aroma of coffee itself is so addictive. Wow. We are going to be using 1 is to 17 ratio for the cupping process. So basically, if you are taking 10 grams of coffee, that would be approximately 170 milliliters of water. Usually people go for 1 is to 15 to 1 is to 18 coffee to water ratio while doing the process of cupping. But I have found that for French press, it's great to have a 1 is to 15 ratio, while for a cupping process, it's usually 1 is to 17 or 1 is to 18. But personally, I think 1 is to 17 is just the right amount so as to not render the coffee too watery or too thin or over extracted in terms of that. Now I have ground the coffee beans to a fairly medium size, basically like table salt, in order to have the right amount of extraction. I don't want the coffee to be overly extracted or under extracted, so it's just right, the medium coarse sort of the size. And I've tried to make it as similar as the Vienna roast grounds we got from this pack over here, because I want them to be in the exact same ratio, and I don't want any of it to be over extracted or anything. So that's it. 1 is to 17 ratio we're going to go for. So for 11 grams, it's well, you do the math. I'll just go ahead and set the scale up. So since we have taken 11 grams of coffee, we are going to go for 1 is to 17 ratio. So we are going to have 187 grams of water. And to the dot. We are going to leave this for 4 minutes so it forms a nice crust. As you can see, it's already forming a crust. We want to leave it for 4 minutes. To the side, and bring in this. This, by the way, is Vienna roast, and we are going to do the same for it as well. 187. This is Vienna roast on my right, and this is the MS late harvest on my left. So I'm gonna put this on the side, and as you can see, it's already 4 minutes and the crusts have already formed. So we're going to take a quick wet sniff. For those who don't understand what's wet sniff, it's basically the wet smell of a coffee after it's bloomed, basically. Now interestingly, this particular Vienna roast is completely dark, and I'm getting the notes of very earthy, chocolatey sort of notes. Let's remove the gunk. This one, on the other hand, this one is basically your MS late harvest. This is very foamy, interestingly. Whoosh. Oh wow, this is so fruity, even though it's supposed to be a medium dark roast. It's so fruity. Oh my god. And I can hardly get any gunk on it. So we'll start with the Vienna roast. Why? Because it will give us a nice idea of comparison. It's Vienna roast. My old friend. I've always been a fan of this coffee. Not just now. Chocolatey, oaky. That's it. Now I'm interested in this MS late harvest. Oh wow. It tastes like red wine, bro. Okay. I am getting notes of prune, black cherry, and red wine. Like, okay, first and foremost, this tastes exactly like red wine. I haven't had a lot of red wine in my life because I really don't care about getting drunk, but I've tasted a few, not the good ones. And I'll tell you one thing, this tastes exactly like red wine, and without the harshness of the red wine, without the sourness of the red wine, without the strong acidity. This is very subtle, very nice, very smooth on your tongue. Okay. If you are someone who enjoys, okay, first of all, I never thought I will like barrel aged coffee because I've had it from caffeine bar. I've made some on my own, and just so that I can understand what is a barrel aged coffee, I've never thought I would like this barrel aged coffee. This is wow. I'm absolutely astonished. I'm surprised that I like barrel aged coffee. Wow. Okay. There's definitely the sweetness of black cherry. There's definitely this prune aroma, and this is exactly how a red wine would taste. But I could hardly notice any harsh acidity in it or the burning sensation. So I think this is better. You should buy, I don't know, this barrel aged wine, barrel aged coffee instead of having wine. I mean, this will give you the better taste and alertness throughout the day instead of getting absolutely numbed down and you will be absolutely active and happy and cheerful. You'll get all the endorphins you need. Coffee is better for you anyway. Okay, first of all, this is non-alcoholic, so that is one good thing. I've never thought that any wine barrel aged coffee would taste so good. Once again, Blue Tokai has proven themselves why they are still the best coffee in the market because, again, I have tried barrel aged coffee and they don't taste this good. This is very pleasant on your tongue. Absolutely smooth. If you are someone who enjoys the fermented grape taste, this is for you. If you enjoy red wine, this is for you. MS Late Harvest from Blue Tokai. Yes, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was MS Late Harvest from Blue Tokai, and I hope you like the review. And let me be very honest, I have no regrets that I didn't drink last night because, dude, January 1 begins with something like this delicious. Oh, my boy, I'm happy. I'm absolutely happy. I'm absolutely delighted, and the beautiful smell. Mm, and the taste. I'm absolutely in love with it. So, wine barrel aged coffee from Blue Tokai. And now I'm excited for these two, Jane on White and Sete Collection. Iron White. So, thank you so much for joining me in this beautiful taste test of MS Late Harvest, that is Blue Tokai's new wine barrel aged coffee. I'll see you guys in the next one. तब तक के लिए अपना ख्याल रखिए. Namaste. This is Oshamit Mishra, aka Bukar Banjara, aka your friendly neighborhood coffee man that saves you from having a bad coffee day. See ya.